But we begin in Minneapolis after another night of intense confrontations between protesters and federal immigration agents. The latest spike in friction comes after an ICE agent shot a Venezuelan migrant in the leg earlier this week. President Trump is now threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act to send troops into Minnesota to end the unrest. He posted on Truth Social this morning, saying in part that if and when he's, quote, forced to act, it will be solved quickly and effectively. Meanwhile, breaking overnight, CBS News obtained new documents detailing the extent of Renee Good's injuries after an ICE agent shot and killed her last week. Her death has led to a new wave of anti-ICE protests across the country. CBS News correspondent Ian Lee is live on the ground in Minneapolis once again for us today. Ian, what are you learning from these records on Good's shooting?
Hi, Mugo. This information comes from the Minneapolis Fire Department, and they really detail the injuries that she sustained. This shooting happened in the early morning, 9:37. 5 minutes later, that's when paramedics arrived, and they noticed there was a gunshot wound to the chest as well as the forearm, a possible gunshot wound to the head. She was unconscious. She wasn't breathing. She had an irregular pulse. They tried life-saving treatment with her in her vehicle. They transported her to an ambulance. They rushed her to a hospital, but at 10:30, they announced that she had passed.
Ian, I want to go back to yesterday's skirmishes. What happened and how are people reacting out there today?
Mugo, I can tell you it's just tense here right now. There's been a lot of chaos, especially when you get protesters and federal authorities clashing, as we've seen time after time. Yesterday, there was a family, the Jackson family. They say they were traveling home from basketball practice with their 6 children when they encountered ICE agents. They said one agent threw a tear gas grenade underneath their car. This is what the mother, Destiny, described next.
There was a big boom and our car was up in the air and we slammed down and all of our airbags deployed and all of our doors locked. And tear gas just started forming, a ball of gas just started forming around the car. Like the last person to get out the car was my infant child. And then when he came in, he was like lifeless, like it was like foam or bubbles coming out of his mouth. I had to give him mouth-to-mouth and CPR.
And I can tell you, Mugo, everyone in their family is okay. But that just kind of underscores the situation right now in the streets of Minneapolis.
Yeah, it's just hard hearing those details about that little child and what he went through. Ian, the FBI announced an arrest in connection to protesters smashing into unmarked vehicles. What do you know about that? Yeah,
so you had 2 FBI vehicles. They had lock boxes in them. Protesters smashed the vehicles, spray painted them, and took the contents out of one of the boxes. We're told the other one was empty, but a gun was there. There was documents, there was IDs, and so FBI is looking for those possessions. They have a $100,000 reward out. They did make one arrest. They didn't release the name of the person. They say, though, that this person is a known gang member of the Latin Kings. We know that authorities have been scouring the area, going to homes that they suspect with warrants, looking for those possessions and looking for anyone who is responsible for that.
Ian Lee in Minneapolis for us again today. Thank you so much.